Good morning, ladies. It is month 3, week 2, and we are talking about thoughts and the value of being in charge of our thoughts as opposed to being run around by the thoughts that are becoming in charge of us. Most people live an automated life where the thoughts that they think and the feelings that they feel and the choices that they make are all based in a core belief system that is in charge of running their life in a very automated and habitual way. We are, as human beings, very habitual, but what we need to remember that is very, very, very important is that the only way to get out of an automated state is to be awake, aware, in the now, and it's very important to do that without judgment. You're going to hear me repeat that for years to come if you stay with me, but that is the truth. So what I'm going to ask you today, our topic is about the power of decision. What I want you to know is that making a decision is an absolute, without question, powerhouse move that if you do it and you do it consistently and you become very good at it, you will change your life. You will feel more at ease. Peace will be like profound because decision making is one of the things that makes our brain feel inflamed. And when I say inflamed, I don't mean actually inflamed, but I use that as kind of an example of what happens to us. So when we have a decision to make, we have neuron clusters that are in place for each of the opposing decisions. So let's say you have decision A, like, oh, I'm either going to do this or I'm going to do this. Now you'll have a set of neuron clusters in your brain for each of those decisions. But you could have 5 different choices and they would each have neuron clusters for them. But we're going to keep it simple in terms of just 2 choices. So if you have 2 choices, you have these neuron clusters that are representing each of those choices. In those neuron clusters, while the decision is not made, there is firing going on in both of those clusters. Each cluster is firing in an attempt to inhibit the other neuron cluster. So the neuron cluster that fires the most and eventually wins. The thing about, and once you make a decision, that choice, that neuron cluster will be firing and the other one will stop and your whole brain will just go, ah, it will just, ah. Because did you ever notice when you make a decision how different life is when the decision is just made? Even if the decision is not the best decision, just the fact that it's made, you relax a bit. So what I want to say to you is that people who are successful, they make decisions quickly and they change them slowly. Because once you make a decision, one of the things that this has a lot to do with mindset. So if I'm choosing one thing or another, once I choose that thing, if I make a decision and I marry that decision, whatever that is, now the next thing that happens is I align that decision with my vision. So let's say, I want a certain outcome in my life. Now I have to decide between these 2 things. So an example would be, I'm trying to think of something that I have. Well, I actually have to make a decision, so I'll use this. So basically, we have outgrown the building that I'm in. So what I have to decide, because I'm not ready to purchase another building or even to leave this building, I have to make a decision to find a place to either lease or to buy. I'm not in a position to buy a building now because I just purchased this building last year. So now I have to go back and forth with those decisions. So when I land on this decision to lease a place, right? Now everything in me is like, oh, you have to buy, it's a waste at least. That's my mantra. That's what's inside of me. That's what I believe in. I believe that you should buy and not lease. Don't follow my instructions. I'm just saying this is what I personally believe. So that is the direction I would typically go in. So what I needed to do was make the decision. I'm leasing. That's it. I've decided. So now the next step is all the things that go in line with purchasing the other decision, keeping the same feel, doing all the things that I like to do with my work here. Now what I need to do is I have to make that decision that I made. The decision's made. Now what I got to do is I got to make that decision go in line with my vision of the way an annex should look, of the way that we present ourselves as a counseling center. I have to make that decision work within my framework. And you bet I will. I'm going to make that decision successful because I've chosen it. So we think that once we've made a decision, the decision is in charge of us. So now let's just say I said about this decision, you know what? I made that decision and oh my God, these are all the things that are not good about it. I don't own it. Oh, it's going to cost too much in relationship to owning something, or, oh, it'll never be my own, so I won't be able to have the same vibe. Now, if I did that, then I would be following the belief system that is against that decision. No, I'm going to take that decision and I'm going to create it into, oh, no, 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 no. That place will be just as good or better than an owned place. That place will be running just the way I want it to run because I'm going to decide that. You see? So you take charge of the decision, you marry the decision, you do not leave the decision. So what I want to explain to you is what you're going to be doing, this week is you're going to be systematically making and practicing decisions, whether it's an outfit that you're deciding on in the morning. Should I wear this or should I wear this? Oh my God, blah, 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 blah. I look better in this. So let's just say, I'm going to make you in our challenge, choose, breathe, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to pray, surrender. Whatever you do, if you're a praying person, you're going to pray, you're going to surrender, then you're going to make a choice. I don't give a rat's ass what that choice is. If it's the purple floral ugly sweater that you're wearing in 90-degree weather and you've chosen it, you stay with it. Now, I have I mean, I don't really mean that. If you really you could switch, but I'm just saying, I'm being dramatic. So let's just say you chose that like horrible thing. What you're going to do is, and this is my example, is that if you chose something that wasn't the best choice that you believe, you're going to live with it through the day. And the reason that you're going to do this is because you're going to learn about yourself. So you're going to say, oh, I chose this and I'm going to live with it. So now let's say you don't feel as great about yourself in that outfit that you did in the other one. Now you know what you have to do? Now you have the decision and you already made it. You know what you have to do? You have to stay in line with your vision that you want to look good every day, that you don't want to feel bad about yourself, that you want to have confidence. So now you have to align yourself with a vision. And then you have to decide to make that happen within the context of that decision. So now you look at that damn thing, that outfit, and you say, you know what? I'm going to wear that shit. I'm going to look the best that I can in that, no matter what. And you know what? I'm not looking back at the other thing. And if you really notice that you don't like it throughout the day, the outfit that you had on, you learned something about yourself. You learned that you don't look good in orange. I don't know. You learned that you don't like wool. Whatever it is, you learned something about yourself. If we don't take risks in decisions, we never learn. So the worst decision is no decision. There's 3 things. There's a good decision, there's a bad decision, and I'm not talking about a moral or really really bad decision. So don't quote me on that, but a good decision, there's a not so good decision, and then there's no decision. And the best thing is a good decision. The second best thing is a not so good decision. And the third thing is that the worst thing you could do is no decision, because you will never be at rest. The other thing is when you decide, because you got to get out the door with that one outfit. If you decide, oh, okay, I just decided that I'm wearing this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to beat the shit out of myself all day long because I wore that. Oh, I should have, I should have, I should have, I should have, blah, blah, blah. No, that's not allowed this week. You're going to practice deciding, marrying it, learning from it, growing from it, learning how to fit your vision into a decision, even if it wasn't the best one, because you're going to learn how to stay true to your vision as you're deciding daily in and out. Crap. Should I go out with my friend after work or shouldn't I? Let me tell you something. You make the decision. Yeah, honey. Yeah, I'll meet you at 4. I'll meet you at 5:30 at, so-and-so, this, whatever this place is, this godforsaken bar or something horrible. And you go and you're like, wow, why did I do this? This sucks. But you say, oh no, I'm going to have the best time of my life. I'm going to embrace the decision. I'm going to enjoy her company. And I'm going to learn about myself that, you know what? I don't think I'm going to do that again. So then when another similar decision arises, it could be like, hey, you want to meet me at the, I don't know, I don't know what the hell, the Irish Cow or something. You go, hey, no, how about going for the walk on the boardwalk? Because you'd prefer to do that. You learn something. You don't just go along with the thing. So these are just examples. There's a plethora of examples, but I want you to understand the power of decision will change your entire life. I wrote in your PDF something about Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. One of the things he talks about is definiteness of purpose. This is like gold in our hands. If you want to know how to change your life, you got to be able to make a decision. You got to be able to be determined in that decision, and you got to have definiteness of purpose. So you got to know, you're learning what your purpose is. You're being decisive as a human being. And you want to ask yourself the question, why am I not decisive? Is it because I'm afraid of other people's opinions? Is it because I'm afraid of a risk? Is it because I'm afraid of being wrong? You got to know the answer to this thing. What am I afraid of if I decide this? Suppose I decide the wrong thing. We need definiteness of purpose. When I make a decision, I know what my purpose is in life. So I'm going to fit that bitch into that decision. I'm going to fit that bitch into my vision, because that right there is what I need to get to my purpose. So nothing's stopping me. Definitely, I am defined. I am deliberate. I know how to make a damn decision, and I'm okay with making a wrong decision, because we live in a mistake-averse society that beats the shit out of us for making a decision that isn't right. What does it matter if we make the wrong decision? This is how we learn. Decisions aren't that big of a deal. I mean, some are. Don't get offended. Some are, but like who you're going to marry is a big damn decision. Okay, I just want to say that. And who, I don't know, there's a million big decisions. But anyhow, even if you believe, see, a lot of this has to do with mindset. If you believe in your heart, for sure, for sure that whatever the hell you decide, you're still going where you're going to go. That's definiteness of purpose. No matter what happens in your life, you're still going on the path you're going on, because you have definiteness of purpose. You know who you are. This week is going to teach you a lot about who you are. Don't be afraid of mistakes. Laugh at them. It's funny. You wore the wrong outfit and you got to make it work. So it's like, it makes your thighs look crappy and you're like, oh my God, my thighs look horrible. So you go like this. You know what? I am long, lean, tight, and smooth, and I'm gonna walk these thighs. These thighs aren't gonna walk me. I'm walking these thighs. I'm gonna present as beautiful. And you know what happens? People believe you. Oh, come on, you guys, you know it. If you look confident, people believe it. They're like, oh, she's gorgeous. But anyhow, so let me give you an example. You see my outfit? I'm giving this, it's cool. This is like the greatest choice in the world. I love it. See like my bra showing here? And like, basically what I did was I made a choice to walk to my office to do this video. So that was my choice. And I didn't bring something else to wear. So I'm kind of like half dressed. So I decided I'm going to sport this shit. I'm going to wear what I have. My ponytail's not completely done. I'm like, I just sweaty, but I'm getting on this thing and I'm going to be real. And I'm going to deliver and I'm going to be who I am. And you know what? The fact that my bra is showing, it's kind of funny and it's kind of cool and it's a sign of authenticity. And I'm going to use that. I'm not going to say, "Oh, I should have. Why didn't you bring on this shirt? Oh my God." Come on. No, we're going to live our lives to the fullest with definiteness of purpose. So this is sort of what I want you guys to do. I really want you guys to embrace this thing. And anybody out there, listen, I don't know. I want to make sure I'm in touch with the people who are new. I want to make sure you understand what it is we're doing here. I don't want anybody lost. I don't want anybody in the background unless you're getting a lot out of it and you're choosing to be in the background. That's also cool. But I'm doing this membership as a mission. I'm doing it because, ladies, we have an incredible, incredible opportunity to become everything that we can be in the life that we have left. And if we can overcome obstacles, if we can make decisions and learn and grow, every time we do that, we're adding value to the world at large. And we're not in this life here alone. And spread this to people just by being who you are, by valuing yourself. You are being seen, and it helps people to grow and change, even if they don't even tell you. And you can always invite women on here. It doesn't matter when they come on. And it's not like I'm trying to push, promote. I really do want to promote a change in the world. I feel like, why the hell not? Like, while we're here, let's get as far as we can, do as much as we can, make as much of a difference as we can. And you guys are in this like ground floor foundational thing here. Like, this is a big deal what you guys are all doing. You're helping me make the topics. We're doing this together. And just by changing, you're changing the circle that you're in, which is very far reaching. So if you can help another woman to have confidence, and let's say, that can go down in generations, to younger women and women having children, which can impact, their children. You'd be surprised. Helping one person can help generations of people. Okay, so stay in touch. Please comment. Please let me know that you're there. I'm always asking you that. I really want to be interacting with you. I know that it's been a rough 2 months, since, everything happened with me. I'm not working in my practice because, I'm quite honestly not up for it, but I'm so up for this because it's, I can do it when I can do it, when I'm in my good space. So I just want to thank you guys for your support. You've been so good to me for understanding, everything that's happened in my life. And you know what? Hopefully I can be an example of healing and growth through this really hard time for me. Like, that's my goal. Like, I want to, and it's not just for you, it's for my children, it's for me. And, I want to make the most out of, my loss. So even though it's so hard, I'm not pretending. I mean, it's so hard. You can't even imagine. But I just love you and I thank you for being here. Please comment. It really, really helps me to know where you're at and the direction to go in and how to help you and all of it. I love you so much, and I'm gonna see you soon. Bye. Make good decisions. Make good choices.